So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film Quesadilla, you can. It's on Amazon right now. You can check out the Blu-ray. If you want to support us, check out something new, something interesting, something you might not have seen before, definitely check out Quesadilla. But you can also check out my link tree down below, my social medias, all my other short films and stuff. So yeah, always looking to collaborate and meet with other filmmakers, content creators. I'm talking about hundreds of Beavers. I'm talking about hundreds of Beavers today, and I'm going to look at the Blu-ray case because I do have the special, I think this is Vinegar Syndrome. I think that's where I got this from. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, it's a pretty nifty Blu-ray, and it's directed by Mike Chelslick. Chelslick, I think that's how you say it. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm not sure who the actor is that played Applejack. I believe that's his name. But I enjoyed this film, and I debated, I wasn't sure exactly if it was considered like a 2022 film, a 2023 film, a 2024 film, but it does seem like people are considering this a 2024 film. So that's what I'm considering it, and it is my second favorite film of the year so far. I still have two more films that I need to watch. I still need to watch Nickel Boys and what was the other one? Girl with the Needle, and then I'll probably decide what my favorite film is. It's been really hard this year, but Hundreds of Beavers, it is so good. If you guys have not seen it, definitely check it out. I actually think it's on Tubi right now. Now Hundreds of Beavers is a low-budget film. It was made for $150,000. Apparently, it took the director 4 years to raise funding. And yeah, I can definitely see why people would be hesitant to fund it, but at the same time, it has so much charm to it. Let me explain. So Hundreds of Beavers basically takes inspiration from films from Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, you know, the old funny silent comedies that came out in like the late 19-teens and the early 1920s and late 1920s sort of, you know, like there's definitely times where I'm reminded of Gold Rush. I'm reminded of crap, that one from Buster Keaton is like slipping my mind, and I know what it is, but I want to say it, but I can't say it. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm sorry. But it reminds me a lot of those types of films. And it also takes a modern approach where it does this really cool thing with video games. Like, you know, when you're playing a game and you have like this hub area, this map, and when you discover new locations or whatever, you can mark them off, and you look at the map and you kind of go to these different locations, and then depending on like what the currency is, you can go to a shop, buy something from a vendor. Well, that's what this film does, and it's actually really cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It might sound really corny, but it's very charming. It has a lot of charm to it, and I loved every second of it. The VFX in this film is also just superb. I mean, of course, you know, you can tell it's a low budget film, and sometimes things are not sometimes, but a lot of the times things look off, kind of goofy, but that's sort of the whole point of the film, especially with like the costumes and such. For instance, like if you have a beaver that gets knocked up beside, you know, on the side of the head, and then its eyes will turn into an X and stuff, which is, you know, still from the costume. It still just adds this layer of charm and just appreciation. Like I was over the moon with it. Seriously, I loved almost every second of this film. Like, if I had a criticism for Hundreds of Beavers, I think it would be that maybe it could be a little bit shorter, but again, it's because it's almost an hour and 50, which there's nothing wrong with runtime, but I'm just saying, like, every second there's something going on. Like when I was going to the scene selection, just switching over the scenes and stuff, because my Blu-ray player ended up just spitting it out, stopping it, and I had to restart it. But there's 90-something sections, and there's always something going on. I mean, always something going on. And I have spent the last almost 5 minutes talking about the film, and I haven't told you what it's about. So what it's about is it's about let me just read the back of this. It'll be a lot easier. A drunken Applejack salesman must go from zero to hero and become North America's greatest fur trapper by defeating hundreds of beavers. Yeah, you know, that's actually pretty accurate. That's actually very, very accurate. But this film is just so good, and it's an inspiration, I think, to indie filmmakers as well, because it's kind of like, just go out and make your film. Just do it. I mean, this film is, I guess, technically supposed to be set in the early 1900s, but it's really cool. Just make your film. That's the way that it is. This day and age, it just needs to be make your film, do whatever you can to make it, and just make it. And this film definitely did that. I loved Hundreds of Beavers. I cannot recommend it enough. Guys, you should definitely check this out. Do not sleep on it. Buy it if you can. I think this is the only Blu-ray right now, but I'm hoping another company gets a hold of it. That would be really nice. I would love Criterion to do something with this because it really does deserve it. Can't wait to see what the filmmaker does next. Hopefully he keeps up with this style. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you could do with this, technique and approach. But I really enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.